yeah, still working on the same thing. It's exciting because there's lots of, not necessarily conflict, but there's a lot of like exciting things going on to kind of like get them into Act 2. So I love writing when there's like exciting scenes and there's action and stuff, so I'm just flying through it, which is great. Hi, hello, welcome back to the channel. I wasn't gonna start a vlog today, but I think I might finish Act 1, so I figured I would just start a vlog anyways. This morning I joined Caitlin Ash for her writing sprints, so that was at about 7, so from 7 to 9. There were a few of us on there. I will leave them all linked down below so that you can go and check out their stuff. So we actually just got off the call now because we were talking for like an hour afterwards, so it's now 10 o'clock in the morning. I got so much done during those writing sprints. So last night I also got quite a bit done. I did some more writing after my morning routine session, and it's because we're pulling towards the end of Act 1 right now, and there's kind of quite a few exciting things that are happening to kind of launch us into Act 2. There's a lot that the main character has to prove. There's a lot of conflict that happens, and all of that is very exciting to write. So this morning I have written about 2,000 words. So we've hit 16,000 in this draft so far. I think that where I am right now, I think I've got 2 more scenes to write. So I basically have to write the scene where Amaya, the main character, she's trying to convince the captain to allow her to join them on this voyage that they're going on. So she's been really fighting for that. He was not about it at first. So there was some back and forth because she wanted to join. He was like, literally go away, like, or I will throw you into the ocean or kill you. So we kind of had some back and forth regarding the decision making for how to continue, I guess. So I have one more scene to write that is going to be basically the main character speaking to the captain and going over what just happened, reconsidering things, and kind of deciding how they will be moving forward. And then there's actually a second scene that I think will be fairly short, but this scene is going to be the sort of like launch into Act 2, just because it involves a little bit of a look on what Amaya's kind of leaving behind, I guess, as she gets into Act 2. So I have those 2 scenes to write. I imagine that'll be around 3,000 words maybe. That seems like a good amount to be able to get out what I want to get out for now, which will bring us to almost 20,000 words for Act 1. Right now I'm gonna head to a cafe and get some work done, maybe a little bit of writing sprinkled in there if I need a little break. And then I'm actually going on a hike later today as well, so I'm gonna get out in nature. I'm very excited for that. And then I think tonight I'm gonna try and keep writing again. So yeah, there's your update. The goal is to finish Act 1 by the end of this vlog.
I heard you say we're falling like stars.
Hi, it's currently Friday. You have not gotten a lot of updates this week. So one of my friends and her brother were visiting Vancouver for a week. So I pretty much spent this whole week, not the whole week, but a lot of the day on Tuesday and then a lot of the day on Thursday, yesterday, just hanging out with them. We went hiking, we went to a sunflower festival, went to Harrison Hot Springs, which is like a little town, not little, I don't think it's that small, in British Columbia that has like a lake and hot springs and that sort of thing. So we've been adventuring around because this was basically her vacation and I wanted to take advantage of the time that she was here. But it does mean that I haven't done as much of my other things as I should have been doing. So it's now Friday, it's about 9 o'clock. I am probably going to spend the morning working just because I do have work things to catch up on and kind of some extra tasks that kind of got added to my workload midway through the week. So I want to make sure that I can get a good chunk of those done and kind of caught up. So that is what I'm going to spend most of the morning doing, probably until just after lunch, just so that I can make sure that that stuff is, I'm on top of it. I think I'm gonna have to work this weekend anyways, but I'm okay with that. Yesterday I basically had a day off, so I don't necessarily mind working this weekend. So I'm gonna start the day off making sure that I get my job stuff done, and then I am going to go to my first therapy appointment with my new therapist, which I'm very excited about. So later today I have that therapy appointment. So I think that I'm going to work until therapy, and then I'm actually gonna go to my therapy appointment because it's in person, which is also very exciting. I haven't had an in-person therapy appointment since like probably my second or third year of university. So I'm very excited for that, to like actually see a human face to face. And then after the therapy appointment, just because of where it is, it's pretty close to Granville, which is a street in Vancouver, and there are cafes and stuff on that street. So I am going to pop over to a cafe after therapy, and that's when I'm going to do my writing. So I'm kind of switching around the order that I usually do my work in today. Also, fun thing that I'll tell you about, because I think this vlog will be going up on Monday, in which case I should be able to share this with you, but on Saturday, August the 20th, which is next Saturday, I am going to be speaking on a panel, which I'm very excited about. I'm going to be speaking on a panel as a writer for an organization called the Authors of Tomorrow. So I'll leave their links down below, and then by Monday when this vlog goes up, I should have the promotional material to share. So it's going to be a panel where kind of new writers just sort of talk about their journey. So I think it'll be really valuable, because I think that a lot of the people who are subscribed to me are also new writers or like hobby writers. As far as I know, not many of us in the community, you know, are like full-time published authors. So this panel I'm really excited for, because it's going to be a bunch of writers that are around the same level as me, and we're kind of going to be discussing how we got started in writing, how we got started in like the other things that we do. So for example, social media. I think a lot of them are also on social media, and kind of just talking about like a writing community and being a new writer and learning to write and kind of like navigating this area as a new writer. I'm pretty sure that's kind of like the overall idea of what it's going to be about. So I get more information on Sunday, and then I should get marketing material on Monday. So I'm really excited for that. I've never been on a panel before. It is going to be live streamed, and then I think it's going to be available for you to watch after the fact. So like a little while after the panel is done, they're going to upload it somewhere so that you can rewatch it. So I'm very excited about that. But just before I jump into my work, I need to write up my bio for them and also send over a photo, just so that I can get that to them before the weekend. So that is the plan for the day. We've got a big busy day ahead of us, so I need to get started. Oh, I also, as far as my writing goes, I don't know if I updated you, but I think I got to about 16,619 words. That's what I'm at right now. The writing sprints that we did Tuesday morning were incredible. I got so much done, and I haven't really added much since then. So for Act 1, I have one scene left that I need to add. So that's still technically Act 1, I think, but it's like the conversion scene, like the leap into Act 2. And then I also need to add one little scene that its purpose is to kind of start to hint at how one of the characters' emotional arcs will be. It's important that the reader starts to learn that right from the beginning, so I need to add that little scene. And then I also need to add a second scene that is also going to be small, but again important, because it introduces another character that needs to be introduced in Act 1. That character isn't a huge role as far as like screen time goes. What would you call that? Page time? I don't know, but they're a very important role, so I need to get them introduced. They've kind of been introduced, but I want to do it a little more thoroughly. So yeah, 2 actual full scenes to write, 1 little one to help with an emotional arc and setting it up, and then another little one, what is that, 4? And then another little one to kind of introduce another character that is important. So we're sitting at 16,000 words. I imagine that'll finish around 20,000. once I get all of those things added, maybe. I don't know, I have a habit of overwriting. But that's what I have left to do for Act 1, and then we'll be done it. It's Monday morning. This video is supposed to go up like an hour ago, so I need to finish it off. I ended up finishing Act 1 last night. I hit about 20,000 words and felt good about it. Felt like I was done. I wrote over 3,000 words yesterday, which is amazing. But then I woke up this morning with an idea. I will say, I think that this came to mind because I was thinking about the novel writing course that I took. I was thinking about how that course taught me that Act 1 is so much more than I used to think it was. Like I used to think, you know, Act 1 is just where they set up the status quo, or the character's usual status quo, and then something exciting happens and they go into Act 2, and that's kind of how I used to think of it. But I was thinking back to the course and thinking about the fact that Act 1 is so much more than that, and it kind of like, it doesn't just start the ball rolling of the character, of the main character that is going to, you know, be the focus of the story, but it also starts a bunch of tiny little balls rolling. Like all of the important characters, or most of them, should be introduced in the first act. A good chunk of the world building is done in the first act, but also almost every single subplot is kind of hinted at or started in the first act as well. Obviously some subplots might start later on, but a lot of them, there's kind of almost needs to be like foreshadowing and things set up in the first act for them to work properly. And also character arcs need to be hinted at in the first act, or at least depending on the importance of the role that the character plays in like the first half of the book, we need to start to have an understanding of where their arc might go, or kind of like what they need to fix about themselves in order to have an arc. So I feel like for some reason last night, maybe I was dreaming about the novel writing course, but I woke up this morning realizing that there were a couple tiny little things that I still wanted to add. So I'm still gonna say I'm done Act 1 because I need to start doing a little bit of planning for Act 2, or a little bit of outlining. But I have a couple notes of little things that I'm gonna squeeze into Act 1 that I might do if I like get stuck while I'm writing Act 2, or if while I'm writing Act 2 I get some inspiration for how I can foreshadow those things happening back in Act 1, I'll like switch over and write that. So for this second draft, so even though it is a new plot basically, or it's like the condensed plot of what I thought was going to be 3 books, so I am kind of writing a brand new draft. I'm doing it differently than I would if I were doing the first draft, like the official first draft. And I am going back and editing, I'm rereading things. If I think of something that needs to be added, I'll go and work it in while I'm writing. That's also why I think that this draft is going to be so much cleaner when I actually do finish it. And like, I don't want to get to the end of this draft and have a bunch of things that I made notes about but never actually went and added. The goal is to have everything in this second draft and to have it tidied up along the way so that it's less labor to actually do that when I start editing it in September. So that's where we're at. Act 1 is tentatively done, but there will be a few things thrown in there still, and we need to start planning for Act 2. So I'm going to end off the vlog here so that I can start another one. I hope that you enjoyed. Thank you so much as usual to all of my patrons for supporting me over on Patreon. There is going to be an exclusive extra vlog over on Patreon, and there's also going to be a reading vlog for our current book club pick, which is Poison Study by Marie Snyder. Poison Study is the name of it. So those are some extra goodies that you can look forward to over on Patreon if you care to support me over there. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to smile, and I will see you in the next one.